Hello and welcome to This Week in Bitcoin, brought to you by Relai Private. There's a lot that happened this week, and don't waste any time and get stuck in right away. News number one are regarding the Bitcoin price, and considering that there's been over $1 billion that's being dumped by the German authorities, Mt. Gox payments out of the way. We'll get more into that later on. And we have various paper hands, let's call them, that are selling. The price is actually quite stable. If you look at the on-chain data, you'll see that a lot of hodlers, shrimps, smaller investors, but also whales and ETF issuers are using these dips to buy up again. And if you, on the one hand, have this huge selling pressure, and on the other hand, the countermeasurement where people are buying, you get a flat price. And this is what we're seeing now. Obviously, the price has dropped from its all-time high, and we're far away from it now than what we were a few months ago. But at the end of the day, looking at this really is relaxing, because we now have these huge upswing of what can happen after all of these payouts, after all of these sell-offs. And considering that we're only a few months after the halving and all of this game theory is in play now, it looks like an exciting few months ahead. So if you've managed to buy the dip, congrats. And if not, you still got time. The news number one are surrounding the hash rate, and we've seen the biggest drop in hash rate since December 2022. At block 850751, we've seen a decrease of 4.91%, marking the biggest drop since December, as I stated previously. But I think a lot of that has to happen with various things. First of all, there is an increasing pressure to actually have the blocks being verified very frequently and also very reliably. So this could then lead to miners deciding, okay, is it still worth it to potentially run with the whole infrastructure, or do we have different sites and we can sort of manage our operations a bit better? And also, don't forget, we're in the middle of summer. A lot of these mining farms, particularly in Texas, for example, they're standing in the dead heat, and often this heat faces different challenges, from needing to turn some of the portions of the farms off, mainly to not overheat and not get in any troubles, and also working with the grid operators to balance the grid out, because extreme heat waves also cause more electricity that's being needed. Think of all the ACs that need to turn on. And on the other hand, you then have the opportunities with the miners to actually counteract this by simply turning off the ASICs. Whether this hash rate drop will continue, we shall see. But for now, miners needed to take a step back, but I'm sure they'll be back very soon and turning all of their machines on again. And last but definitely not least, we also had the news with the Mt. Gox payout schedule that officially started in July. We've gotten the official note by the trustees, and various creditors have already gone to social media to state, yup, we are getting portions of our coins back. They're obviously not getting everything back, because a big portion was from the hack that was being stolen, and the rest we now waited for these 10 years to find a payout schedule. Nevertheless, these payouts are happening right now. They could also face a bit more to the selling pressure we're currently seeing. But if you then actually look at all of these replies by Mt. Gox creditors, many of them state, I'm not going to sell my coins. I waited a decade for them to being returned to me. In fiat terms, they're still up immensely. And now is the best time to actually hold Bitcoin. So if you are one of these lucky people that are getting portions of your coins back, congrats. And we shall all hodl together, because inevitably that's the best thing you can do. And that's it for This Week in Bitcoin. You know the drill. If you got questions, feedback, or just want to say hello, leave a comment below. And I look forward to seeing you next week again.